and draw your hands to your heart center and come standing quietly in mountain. Inhale, palms out wide, back to prayer. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Knuckles to heels, think back bend as you lift your thoracic spine to your heart. Dive down deep, belly to spine. Allow the crown to melt to the toes, drive forwards, strong arms, inhaling, chair pose. And as you exhale and fold back down over the thighs, pour your torso down the lengths of your legs. Lift your heart, look forwards, withdraw the shoulders. Exhale to fold. Soften your knees, and as you step your right foot back, come into a long lunge, then a strong plank as the left foot joins. Knees, chest, chin, through to cobra, elbows tucked in, upper arms hugging the outer ribs. Lift your heart, strong arms, tuck the toes under, belly to spine, downward facing dog. Reset the feet to hip width, spread the hands like starfish on the beach. Draw the belly to the spine. As you begin to softly paddle your heels, working those heels to the mat, alternately bending your knees, breathe long deep breaths down the back of your body, the back of your legs, softening and releasing into those hamstrings. Feel that strong connection through your hands with the earth. Really spread those fingers and let the energy flood to the tips. Come to the stillness of your dog and feel that connection with your pelvic floor. Draw the belly against your spine and release those shoulder blades apart. Ground through the hands and the feet. Slowly now begin to sway your hips as your lazy dog wags his tail. Maintain that connection, belly to spine. Gently flexing through the spine. Refine the stillness of your dog. And take 3 long deep rounds of your breath here. Set your right foot to 45 degrees and inhale your left foot behind your left wrist. As you ground through the feet, take your hands now and interlace your fingers behind your back. Interlacing your fingers behind your back, press your knuckles towards the back of the room. Draw the heels of your hands together. Keep the belly drawn to your spine. Release those shoulders as you fold down over your outstretched left leg. Inhale here to lengthen the spine and exhale to release, trying to melt your torso towards your thigh, releasing with your breath into those hamstrings. And as you feel that energy rising you upwards now, inhale through the soles of your feet. Send your knuckles sailing down towards your right heel as you lift your heart to send your shoulders deep into your back. Sear your spine towards the front of your body. As you exhale, release your hands from behind your back and extend them forwards, creating a tripod. And begin to transfer the weight onto your left leg as you elevate your right leg, slightly internally rotating your right thigh, closing into the hips. Make sure the hips remain even. Gradually begin to work into your balance now and try floating your hands in prayer in front of your heart. Otherwise, remain with your hands resting on the floor, supporting you there. Energy flooding towards the toes of that right leg. See if you can float your arms then perhaps out wide. And as you exhale and release, softening that left knee, step back and bring your left foot to join your right foot in downward facing dog. Long deep breaths here. As you breathe into that dog, keep drawing the belly towards your spine and make that connection to your pelvic floor. Feel the energy flooding in through your hands and draw that energy all the way to your heels. Setting your left foot now at 45 degrees, step your right foot just behind your right wrist. Straighten your legs and again find those foundations through the soles of your feet. Belly drawn to spine, bring your hands now behind your back and for variation, have a go at bringing them into prayer, fingertips pointing to the nape of your neck. Draw the shoulders back and as you broaden across the collarbones, lengthening the front of the body, exhale down over those thighs. Long deep breaths again as you work into the pose, softening and releasing into any area. Long deep breaths. Inhaling now, ride the breath, drawing energy in through the soles of your feet. Lift your heart and press your little fingers into your thoracic spine. Roll those shoulders back and feel the energy flooding from your heart center. Keep the back of your navel drawn against your spine. As you exhale, gently release and begin to recreate your tripod with your hands. Transferring the weight forwards onto your right foot, elevating your left only as high as your right hip. Begin to slightly inwardly rotate your left thigh, stabilizing into the pelvis. As you gradually start to move into your balance, keep your mind very still, focused on the breath. Perhaps bring your hands to your heart for prayer. Perhaps float your arms out wide in line with your shoulders and feel that energy flooding from your heart all the way to your fingertips and your toes. Feel that stretch across your shoulders and across your heart center, a strong standing leg. As you exhale, gently release your balance, placing your hands. Reset your left foot onto the floor beside your right and move into Uttanasana once again, your forward bend. Set the palms of your hands by the soles of your feet and try and sink the heels of your hands into the mat. Breathe slowly and deeply, and as you inhale, lift your heart, draw those shoulders back. Exhale, fold back into the thighs, keep the belly snugly drawn against your spine. As you inhale, swim the arms out wide, bring the palms of your hands to the sky, way up high over your head. As you exhale, allow the hands to float back to your heart. Bring your hands now and place them on your hips. Step your right foot back and set it at an angle of about 45 degrees. Make sure your left heel is in line with the back of your right heel. Extend out your left arm, right arm in line with your shoulders and draw up tall through the length of your spine. Begin to reach outwards over that left leg with your fingertips of your left hand. Really reach as far as you can before hinging into your triangle. Take your left hand lightly onto your left shin bone or foot and extend your right arm upwards towards the ceiling. If it's comfortable, look up towards the base of your right thumb. Feel that stretch across your shoulders and across your heart. Keep the back of your navel securely drawn towards your spine, and as you ground through the feet, roll your thigh muscles apart. Reach that right arm forwards, and as you inhale, ride the breath all the way back up to standing. As you bring your hands onto your hips, pivot your feet and float your right leg away from you now. Ground through the feet and float forwards, your right arm back, your left, and again draw up tall through the length of your spine. As you reach over that right leg, really reach as far as you can, create length, and then hinge, exhaling into your triangle. As you breathe into your triangle pose, make sure that your belly is securely drawn towards your spine. Ground through the soles of your feet and draw your calf muscles, kneecaps and thighs upwards towards your hips. As you cast your gaze up towards your left hand, keep reaching for the rafters with the fingertips. Roll your thigh muscles apart and begin to feel that space opening up surrounding your heart. As you begin to move out of the pose, pivot your gaze towards the floor and begin to work your hands down to the floor either side of your right foot. Soften your right knee. Ground your hands shoulder width apart. Pivot on that left heel and step back into downward facing dog. Lower your knees, come onto all fours, melt your heart between your wrists and slip through your wrists into cobra, elbows bent. Press strongly into the palms of your hands, scoop the belly to your spine and sink back, exhaling onto your heels for child pose. As your sit bones arrive on your heels, just draw up tall, curling through the spine. Come kneeling on your mat. Inhale, rise up onto your shins. Draw your arms out wide and bring the palms of your hands upwards into prayer. Keep drawing your shoulders deep into your back as you lift your heart, move into a little back bend. Keep the belly drawn to your spine. As you exhale, fold forwards to send your sitting bones slowly back towards your heels and bring the backs of your hands to rest by your feet. A soft bend in your elbows. Allow your forehead to melt to the floor in front of the knees.